I play? Is that what you want?
No.
My title is assistant casting director, but I pretty much voice act, and I am going to help out with some editing and maybe some social media stuff. I have been involved in Sunflower Story Hour all 4 seasons. I enjoy performing, especially when I'm not in front of a live group of people. Also, my good friend Julie started a show, so it would be a shame to not help out. I love to help out. Honestly, how it's been is pretty easy. I think a lot of the people we have, even if they're first-time voice actors, are pretty talented. People don't give themselves a lot of credit that I think they just should. People come in not expecting themselves to do well, perhaps, and they always do fine. I mean, everyone is always great. It always turns out wonderful in the end. So it's just a pleasure. I mean, when I sit in on other recordings, genuinely, I don't really have to do much. People kind of just know and do it, and they get it done, and it sounds really good. What I hope people get out of Sunflower Story Hour is a place where they can watch or listen, whether it be the bloopers or the show itself, have a funny moment, laugh, gasp, express some emotion. You know, it's always good to have some connection, especially if you're a student here on campus, having some connection to the school, to your peers, and then having an outlet for people to express themselves is also great. Going into your futures, you never know. It's awesome to just look back and have documented evidence of a good team building activity in your college years.
My name is Juliana. Thank you so much for being interested in voice acting. This is so awesome, super cool, unique opportunity on campus. How many of you guys, just raise your hand if you don't really know what Sunflower Story Hour is. Okay, cool. Sunflower Story Hour is a paranormal...
My name is Sarah DeVito. I went to SUNY Geneseo from 2019 to 2023, and then I was the operations manager at WGSU from 2023 until August of 2025, when I became the manager at the Gallery in the Valley on Main Street. And as the operations manager here, I oversaw all of the student programming, the weekly programming of the automation system, and holding down the fort at WGSU, keeping it in legal compliance, and of course working with students on developing their radio shows. When Juliana first came into my office with the idea of Sunflower Story Hour, I thought that it was an extremely optimistic project for a first-year student to want to take on, but she had already fleshed out a lot of the ideas for it and demonstrated a lot of experience with creative writing and working with other people in creative settings, which gave me the confidence to just kind of let her take initiative on the whole thing. I wasn't sure where it was going to go, but you seemed so enthusiastic about it that there was no way I was going to say no. And so I was just like, all right, well, if you can do it, then we'll do it. And you did it, and so we did it.
I think that it's very important to bring water. In the first season, my lines took a very long time to get through, and I didn't have it, so I got parched, and then the longer I went on for, the worse it got, and the more mistakes I made, and I could have just brought a water bottle, and all of that would have been fixed.
Spectacle, like a pause between spectacle and in.
Okay. Of spectacle, in the name of spectacle.
That's the one. You got it.
My name is Amelie. I am a junior special education major with a theater minor, and I play Gossamer this season. I have been involved since fall of 2025, so a pretty short time, but a good time.
Not monotone, but like serious.
My name is Ebony Ruffin, and I play Angel Face in this season. I have been involved in Sunflower Story Hour for the last, seasons have there been? I've been involved in Sunflower Story Hour for the last 4 seasons. I did theater as a high schooler and a middle schooler, and I really like voice acting. And I really liked the plot of the first season. I loved the story, so I really wanted to get involved in it, and I've loved them ever since.
I have been involved in acting since I was in middle school. Absolutely love it.
I have played a lot of emotional characters.
You don't understand. Get out!
No! And I have really loved getting to play into those emotions each time that I play a new character. I love how dramatic I get to be and how much crying and fake crying I get to force myself to do.
Absolutely love having the freedom to be creative and play these roles. And sometimes those opportunities don't always present themselves, so I found out about Sunflower Story Hour and was like, oh, this gives me something new to try with my acting. And even though it is a lot different than actual acting, it's been a lot of fun.
So I'm Chuck. I've been doing the music for Sunflower Story Hour. Season 1, I helped you out with a little bit of the editing with the voices, and I actually did a little bit of voice acting in Season 2, but otherwise it's just been mostly music. So it's a lot of going back and forth with you over just kind of like the mood of the whole season and talking about what kind of elements you want in there. There's a little bit of my input, but mostly I'm just trying to take your creative vision and try and realize that as best as I can. So I've been really interested in kind of scoring ever since I started my minor, music production and recording, and it's all about like just kind of like studio environments and scoring for film and game, and I wanted to try something that was a little bit different because I make my own music. I've always done things where I'm kind of like the sole creative direction of where it's going, and I wanted to try something where that wasn't the case for a little bit. People can find my stuff on pretty much any major streaming platform, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Amazon. Just look up Charles Fantuzzo and it should pop up.
Do you want to take a tour of the lounge? I'll give you a tour of the lounge. A bunch of CDs. WGSU was established in 1963, so a lot of these beautiful CDs and these vinyls and such are pretty vintage. A game of Uno in here. Alarm clock that is kind of broken. It goes off at very random times. Former beloved Jenny. We have a bunch of food in here. This is the WGSU lounge. It may not be the best lounge, but it's mine and it's ours, and we make it our home because it's fun. Sunflower Story Hour Season 4, Cricket and the Circus, Episode 1.
So I'm Juliana Gamero. I'm the creator and the showrunner / director of Sunflower Story Hour, and I am also the narrator. Sunflower started in the spring semester of my freshman year. I took a radio and audio production class with Lee Pierce, and it was a really interesting and entertaining class, and as a part of that, we took a tour of the radio station, and I fell in love with it, the idea that like I could have whatever program I wanted. So I was like, well, an audio drama would be fun. It would be a fun way to merge my writing skills as well as like my storytelling with the medium of audio. And I reached out to Sarah and I was like, can I start an audio drama? She said, sure, and we did it.
I graduated from SUNY Geneseo in 2023 and then worked here for 2 years. And I would say that the creative environment at WGSU and having the creative outlet of my own radio show and then being able to help other students get involved with creative opportunities really brought an independence and a kind of artistic subculture even to my life.
For the future of Sunflower Story Hour, I hope that it inspires others to go out there and create things. I know we don't have much of a fine arts program anymore at SUNY Geneseo, and maybe this is the first step in starting something to change that. I think that it's really important to have art in our lives, to have creative works, and to cherish artists who make that. I think that it would be really cool if someone wanted to do an audio drama of their own, and I have heard that students are interested in it, so.
There's still the opportunity to have a space to go, like the WGSU lounge here, to be around like-minded people, to toss around some weird ideas, to listen to some music that you wouldn't otherwise get into, and just generally engage with a ideologically and I guess just generally more diverse group of people than a lot of spaces on campus in a more meaningful way than a classroom environment kind of allows.
The most fulfilling thing isn't how many shares or views it gets. I think the most fulfilling thing is seeing the people who worked on it feel rewarded. That is what makes me feel rewarded.
Once I was given the opportunity to be able to guide other students through that process, we were all able to work towards kind of this noble mission of bringing creativity to the campus and community that kind of felt like, to us at least, there weren't a lot of other opportunities organically coming up throughout the course of your time as a student here.
I just hope the legacy of Sunflower is that all it did was create more art and bring more art to the world.
My name is Jay, and I play General Creed in this season of Sunflower Story Hour.
So my name is Sarah Lieberman, and this semester I played Sweetheart in Sunflower Story Hour.
I joined Sunflower Story Hour because last year a couple of my friends, Willow and Percy, were in it, and they talked about how fun it was. And I listened to their season, and I was like, this is cool. So I just signed up. Also, my friends this year, Antonio and Maya, were signing up, so I was like, why not?
I wanted to join Sunflower Story Hour because it seemed like a really great opportunity, and I really admire voice acting, especially in shows that I watch, animated stuff.
My audio drama, it's still very much in infancy. I started working on it the week we recorded voice lines for Sunflower Story Hour this season, and so it's still very new.
The audio drama for next semester is like a horror superpower story about some teens.
I can't give too much away right now, but it is essentially about a group of teenagers who develop superhuman abilities. And that's all I'll give right now. It's really fun. I think you guys are gonna love it.
We have so many other things here. We have singing, we have musicals, but there's nothing that's just voice. If you're too scared to be out there with your full face, it's a really good way to have be able to still be in the acting environment. And I'm an English creative writing major. It seemed like a good opportunity I'll be helping Jay with editing a little bit, so it seemed like a good opportunity to put on my resume also.
I chose to make an audio drama just because I have loved listening to them for so long. Also, just an experiment for my creative writing, because I've never written an audio drama before. This is my first time ever even attempting this format.
I hope that for the future, this campus has a lot more creativity. I feel like not a lot of people know about the radio station, and I would love to see more people know about it and be able to listen to the stories that we tell, because they're really cool.
My biggest hope for creativity on this campus is that it becomes more multicultural. We are at PWI, and so the population of POC students isn't very great, and I feel like our voices aren't as represented as they should be in the creative spaces on this campus. And so I'm hoping that my audio drama will spark more creative spaces for people of color.